What's the hardest part about marriage? Oh snap, I chose this person for better, for worse.
The one thing, you know, I didn't see coming that just really frustrates me all the time.
I chose this person no matter what.
I chose you, even when you make me mad.
You make me mad, like today. Hola! Welcome back to my channel. This is the marriage episode. Marriage is not rainbows and unicorns. It's not perfect and easy. It doesn't solve all your problems. You sit there on social media and you scroll, you start comparing yourself.
I'm really proud of you for taking a step out, doing your channel, and for having a topic of discussion like this, because from everything you show me on social media, you see couples always, it's all the good stuff. You'd be ignorant to believe that everything's bliss all the time.
Yep. Like the expectations versus reality post. So I really just wanted to be real and raw and honest and let y'all into our marriage and let you know the truth. We definitely fight, we argue, it's a challenge, and we're learning as we go. So I'll just keep it 100.
We're not experts by any means.
Which we learned after getting married, because we thought we were going to be experts, didn't we?
We did.
We were like, oh, we did it God's way, it's going to be fine. A lot of you have asked a lot of questions. You ready?
Ready.
All right. The first question is, how often do you guys argue?
I would say, I mean, we argue over things that are molehills, you know, certain little things. We also argue about big things too. I don't think arguments, you know, are necessarily a bad thing at all. I don't think tension or conflict is bad, because that's what helps, you know, grow your relationship. That's what helps you understand the other person a little more. So I don't think all conflict or all arguments are necessarily a bad thing.
But they do happen. They happen more often than I thought. I'll just say this. I thought going into marriage, I was the naive one to think like, here we are, he's my prince. It's all gonna be fine now and perfect and everything I've ever hoped for. Things happen, that's not how it is, but like Derek said, with arguments comes healing, and you get to know the other person in a different way.
Not everything's gonna be sunshine and rainbows all the time. Don't expect that, you know? There's gonna be some storms. You're gonna go through some storms. And I think we're both strong-willed individuals and very strong-willed.
Yes.
We're both the oldest, strong-willed, not gonna tell me nothing, oldest siblings.
Ain't gonna tell me nothing. We're both stubborn, we both have our opinions on things, and it could get pretty tense up in here. So if we don't have God and we're not just gonna stop and pray, we in trouble. Like we were fighting just before this video. Why do I always have to press my buttons? We know how to press each other's buttons. And instead of not...
Yeah, you know how to press my buttons.
You really... And he'll do it on purpose. The other day we were driving and I was like, he got annoyed at a driver and I could tell he was gonna honk, and I was like, don't honk. What does he do?
You're gonna tell me nothing.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna tell me nothing.
He does the opposite of what I ask a lot of the time. He's very much an eye for an eye. Like if I make him mad, he's like, well, how can I get even? Another question is, who keeps it calm and cool, and who can blow up? I think we're both like even. Like
Yeah,
you can blow up.
I can blow up.
He can blow up.
You can blow up.
I said it first. You know, while you're just dating and long distance like we were, we didn't see until we're like forced to be around each other 24/7 while dating. I could go to my apartment, go home, just, you know, be by myself. Now it's like, if I'm mad at him or he's mad at me, it's like, well,
You gotta be around me now. There's no getting away.
Just differences in personalities have been the bigger, the bigger shocks, I think. Alicia, did you wait to be pursued before you started pursuing? The egg does not chase the sperm. The egg does not go find the sperm. Okay. Translate that as you will. Ladies, you have to be pursued. You cannot be the one to chase the man. Men are hunters, they're gatherers. Yes, right? Like, you liked pursuing me, right? That's like in a man, it's in his nature.
Yeah, I think that's in every man's nature, is to, at least for me, is to, you know, you find that woman of your dreams, you find her, and then you do everything to pursue her.
Have you ever been where a woman is too aggressive and she's the one like pursuing you, it's not attractive.
Yeah, it's
right?
it's not attractive. It's kind of a, you know, turn off,
Yes.
really. Yeah.
No, ladies, you are to wait in your castle, throw down your hair when he comes knocking at your window. You even like had a game plan for it to be my knight in shining armor, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys overcome talking about difficult topics when you don't see eye to eye?
We have what's called gateway conversations, where that's kind of a term we use to where, okay, this is a serious topic. Can you just put all of your emotions, things aside right now, and can we just talk about this topic? It's not about you, it's not about me, it's about this issue. Can we have a gateway conversation about this?
I will literally say, gateway, and we know, like, okay, let's get serious.
This person wanted to know if you're 21. Are you 21?
I'm 32. Why did we decide to save our first kiss? Purity, how did that impact our marriage today? For those of you who are new to my channel, yes, it's true. Derek and I saved our first kiss for our wedding day. We just decided to go the extra mile in purity to see what God would do with that. When times are tough, I feel like I go back to those memories of like, okay, we went through a lot to get here. A lot of trust was built in that decision, a lot of sacrifice. If he could sacrifice that, if I could sacrifice that, then we're willing to sacrifice a lot to make this marriage work in the tough times, which you're gonna need.
We were kind of on the fast track, you know, to get married. And so for us, we wanted to focus on the things that matter. And I know physical intimacy is one thing in a relationship that matters quite a bit.
Big deal, for sure.
It's a big deal, for sure, but it's not everything.
I know a lot of people who are physically compatible, like their sex life is great, you know, they're dating, but the bigger stuff, the stuff that matters, the stuff that has longevity and communication and just so many bigger things, you guys, that's not clicking for them. So it doesn't matter if you have a good sex life if everything else isn't clicking. You have the same plans for your life, same values, and you just, those things are what matter more than physical intimacy. So Derek and I chose to focus on those things.
Yeah, we decided to wait, you know, because you can feel that around a person where you know you'll be compatible even without being
chemistry.
Physically
And you have your whole life to perfect it too. So people are always like, actually one of the questions is, were you worried that it wasn't going to be good and physical? I'm like, no. Because God is not going to play games with you like that. Like, you're going to be fine. You have your whole lives to work on it and get to know the other person in that way. Oh, my stomach didn't show that. Gross. I'll edit that. Sick. Speaking of stomach, when are you planning on starting a family?
I think we talked before we were married just to set some expectations. We set some there. And we told each other, and we both felt we wanted to be married for at least a year and enjoy each other.
Just us.
Just us, grow our relationship, because we felt like we had a lot of growth to do.
Oh yeah,
we have a lot of growth to do. So
I'm still a child. Let's just cut to the chase. He's raising a child now, okay? Are you ready for more children in this household? I really want kids, but we are giving ourselves just like that first phase of marriage, like we're newlyweds, just to be us and not be focusing on getting pregnant yet. When that time is here and I feel like I could keep a little person alive, we will have a family.
We do our best to keep Romeo alive.
Our son. Romeo's our son. How do you deal with spiritual attacks against your happiness or love life?
How do we deal with spiritual attacks? Well, we pray. You recognize it and we pray, like today. Felt there was one today between us, just in the communication aspect. And so I just like, hold on.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we need to pray. We need to pray through this. The other day at church, a man, Eugene, came up to me, and Eugene had been married for almost 45 years before his wife passed away of cancer. And Eugene told me, he's like, for the first 20 years, we were a mess. For the first 20 years, they were a mess. And then he said, he's like, pray with your wife every day. And so I know I fall short there. Like, there's some days where she's busy, I'm busy, we don't connect on that level, but it's something I'm trying to do a better job of.
Next question is, how did you know that this person is who God had picked out for you? Something as silly and dumb as like, he likes the same food as me. We went out to eat our first date and he ordered 4 sunny side up eggs. 4. Your girl eats 4 sunny side up eggs. That's my breakfast of choice. That's not how I knew he was my husband, but that's just an example of like, oh.
Another thing too is we were both receiving the same message from God, and that was from Isaiah.
Something new.
I was receiving the same message at church, and I was looking for something new, and I felt God was stirring that in my life.
Wow, that's
and you felt that same way.
I kept seeing that
theme
scripture pop up.
Popping up.
I kept seeing that before I ever met Derek. It just kept
and before I ever
up.
met her, that was in my life too. It kept popping up.
No, but the first time we went to church together.
Yeah, at Mountain Park.
The topic was literally something new. He walked in and it did not say on the screen something new. You took a picture of it and you just sent it to your mom.
Yeah, March 26, 2017.
Be still, my heart. What's something you've learned since getting married that you weren't expecting? He really is like a man's man. Like he would be able to survive out in the wilderness by himself. Really, he can build a house, fix a car, plant, grow things, make food. He would know, like, no, that plant is poisonous. We can't eat that. This is the plant we must eat. Like he would know those things, you know? Oh, there's the North Star. Like he just surprised me so much since getting married. He's truly a man's man, can do it all.
You know, the one thing I didn't expect was, you know, my wife here has beautiful hair.
Uh-oh.
Beautiful hair. Look at this beautiful hair.
I know where this is going.
I find it everywhere. For example, I was at work the other day. I reached in my pocket to pull out my phone, and what graced me was a long strand of her hair. Yeah.
What do I do that really annoys you, that it's disappointing, that you're just like, marriage, why?
I think the one thing is when you ask me to do things that you could easily do yourself.
Like what? Can you pass me my water bottle? It's right there.
Point exactly.
Like if you're closer to it, can you just toss it over here?
I think a lot of people maybe rely on their partner to make them happy, or rely on their partner to fulfill them, rely on their partner to bring them joy. Like, it's your job to make me happy. When in reality, how can you expect that for someone else? I was a happy person before I met her, and she was happy before she met me. Right? We were two happy people before we met.
And I think the world's standards of your perfect person should complete you and make you so happy. You should be complete on your own. And then when your human lets you down, because they will, and you will let your person down too, you're able to just move forward and deal with it and just carry on. And all your problems just kind of aren't as big a deal once you get that in perspective. It's not who you get along with and who is in sync with you, it's who you're willing to fight through the tough times with, that's gonna matter most. Hardest transition from dating to marriage. Not having much alone time. Like we're literally in the same room, same corner of the house all the time. What's been the transition for you? You transitioned your whole life.
Yeah, I think the toughest for me has been the whole financial transition and just merging our financial lives together.
All my extraness.
But no, not the extraness. I knew that. Like, you can't miss that one.
Okay. So annoying. My stomach! Don't show my stomach. All right, guys. We just wanted to keep it 100.
Besitos!
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Besitos.
Besitos.